I think he's beyond his.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Commissioners Court. The time is 10:01, so I'll call this meeting to order. As per usual, we'll begin with an invocation followed by the pledges. Dear Lord, I come to you this morning and thank you for the start of another day, another week. We thank you for the much-needed rain outside and for all your many blessings upon us in this community. I pray for your direction and guidance in all the decisions before us today. And as we look forward to Thanksgiving this week, we remain thankful and grateful for the many, many blessings upon us in this state and in this nation. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. I'm trying to find another picture of it.
Next item we have on our agenda is citizens communication. Anyone with us that would like to address the court on any county-related issues, you're welcome to do so. I see Commissioner Burns there in the back. Welcome. Okay. Okay, how is it sitting on that side of the room?
It's weird.
Much. Very nice, very nice. All right, citizens communication. Mr. Vonderow.
Good morning. I said evening. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I'm Michael Vonderow. I live at 2107 North Bend, Jordan. I would like to thank Mark Sloat and Juan Hernandez for their outstanding job at Victoria Animal Care Services, and just want to let Commissioner Burns know he's not getting paid for this meeting, you know. And anyway, I would like a bill. You know, right now you can own as many dogs and cats as you want. You know, and there's a lot of dog hoarders, you know, specifically on 2207 North Jecker Street. You know, when someone has 29 dogs and Animal Care Services has to come and get some, that's just too many. At one time, we followed the state law where you could have up to 6 total cats and dogs. But in 2021, they canceled it, so you can have as many dogs and cats and roosters or what have you as you want. And I think the reason the last city attorney made that is for the dog breeders to come to Victoria and they could have as many as they want. But when people buy from dog breeders, they're not going to Animal Care Services to get these dogs. We have too many dogs and cats there already, and I would like the law to match the state law where 6 total dogs and cats and roosters and all that. We don't need any more cat hoarders or dog hoarders. I have a cousin that's a cat hoarder, and she spends $30,000 a year on cats. She's got 30 cats, but the big problem with the dog hoarders here, they don't feed their pets and stuff, you know, and, you know, it costs a lot of money to feed 29 dogs, and I wish the dog owners would be held responsible. And 11 days ago, some dogs attacked some police officers, and one police officer had to shoot and kill the dog, and he had to shoot another dog what wounded it, and they had to use a baton. And I would like the dog owner and the dogs to be responsible, you know, like tickets and stuff, you know. And, you know, with a no-kill shelter, you're still allowed legally and morally to kill up to 10%, you know, for dangerous dog hearings. And, you know, 19 out of 20 dogs are very nice, but what about the other 5% that aren't? Just last Wednesday, 9 dogs surrounded someone at Christ Kitchen on 700 Warren Street and 2300 Cameron, and tried to attack him, but the dog owner called him out. And these dog owners have a policy. They don't get the dogs fixed, you know, they don't follow laws, and it don't matter what you do, they're not going to follow it. the law, but I wish someone could take care of those dogs at Christ Kitchen. And they did take care of those 3 dangerous dogs by the Salvation Army. One of the German Shepherds, they got in animal care services, and he's doing good. And today is National Dog Adoption for Senior Dogs today. I don't know if you know that, but there's a lot of senior dogs there at animal care services that could be adopted out and stuff. But I do wish someone could speak to the city attorney and get that stupid law where you can have as many dogs and cats as you have as you want to match the state law, 6 cats and dogs total. Thanks, and have a good morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mike
Bondurant. Other comments this morning in citizens' communication? Good morning, Adam. How are you, sir?
Morning,
I'm
Adam.
doing good, Judge. Commissioners,
Morning.
first and foremost, I want to thank everybody that was able to attend our event last week for Turning Point USA.
Yep.
Was given the opportunity for young men and women to come together to voice their opinions and concerns peacefully and leave in peace. I want to also express the support of our first responders that were there to ensure that this went without flaw. This is able to create a chapter for Texas A&M Victoria. We're able to get one started. The students were very excited about it. This is the ability to, what I call, bridge the gap. I feel that we have a gap between our young men and women, both in high school and college. I challenge each public official, or what I would call a public servant, allow everyone to mentor young men and women. I don't call them boys and girls, because I feel that everyone has the ability to become a young man and woman. Provide that guiding light that allows them to move forward, who doesn't get lost in a lot of the things that are going on in the world. And, but that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
You wanted to talk about the results of the days?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So out of the minimum required for 3 people or 3 students to start a chapter, we actually had 25 plus sign up to be part of the chapter for Texas A&M. So I feel that this provides a foundation for other institutions and able to provide the ability for our young men and women at our high school level to be able to see how successful that they are. And my goal is to be able to do what I can in my resources to provide one in every high school in the Crossroads, as well as everyone in Victoria.
Excellent.
All right, thank you.
And that's Adam Daughtry for the record. Other comments this morning in citizens' communication?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
My first time I get to address you guys, so I was
That's right.
very
It's been,
excited.
what, 2 weeks now?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Wanted to bring up about the drought. That's still an issue. We, the current, numbers this morning, the minimum was 542, the maximum was 731, but our average right now is 654, which is only up 2 points from yesterday. So without some good rains coming in, we're still in this drought. I was looking at the weather. I know I've seen some wet come in, but I think our next big chance will be next week and Tuesday, I believe, which would be about 70%, I think is what it gets up to. Looked like a lot of rain just kind of went around Victoria County, so. And then other than that, Thanksgiving's coming up. We just want to remind everybody to be safe with their turkey fryers, keep them away from the buildings, and don't put no frozen turkeys in the hot oil.
Always good advice. And for those who haven't met you yet, Nathan, can you introduce yourself?
Sure.
Just,
My name's Nathan Kelly. I'm the Assistant Fire Marshal now.
All right.
Going on 2 weeks, yes.
Two
See you what? And he's still here. That's a good. That's
Still
good.
here.
All right.
Thank you.
Enjoying it. It's nice to be back to county business. I worked for a county before, and I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed being back in county business.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you,
to have
sir.
you here. Other comments this morning in citizens' communication? Good morning, Jewel.
Good morning. You weren't kidding about the rain. Holy moly. I had to park a block away. Good thing I had my umbrella. So anyway, I've spoken before this group a few times, but not in my current capacity as Democratic Party chair. And I've worked to clear off my Monday morning so that I could actually come instead of listening to you guys later on after the fact. And first of all, I wanted to thank, I'm not sure if it was Mr. Ort, my council person, or Shannon, or Mr. Sexton, but 2 weeks ago, when you guys were talking about what we're looking for in an election administrator, somebody suggested that we look for experience, and that to me is the most important thing. We'll never fill Margetta's shoes, but we need to do our best to try. Speaking as a new county chair, I am on a learning curve like nobody's business. I'm in Zoom meetings on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, learning all the things, and I know that Mr. Posey is kind of looking around to see if maybe a new person can step into his shoes. So having so many new people involved in the midterms is going to require as much experience as we can get. So I'd like to thank whomever suggested that and added it to the list of things we're looking for. And we have some great candidates. I've started going through the 15 candidates that I've gotten so far. Looking forward to doing some interviews. But and I also just wanted to introduce myself to the people whom haven't met me or I haven't met. And thank you guys for this opportunity. And also, as far as the Turning Point, that was a great day. The free speech area was wonderful. We had lots of people that came up to the Young Democrats booth. We've got chapters forming. He's got chapters forming, which means we've got a lot of young people that are interested in what's going on. And to me, that's a blessing. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Other comments this morning in citizens communication? Thanksgiving has been mentioned. We, of course, all the non-emergency offices in the county will be closed on Thursday and Friday, which means due to the onerous new posting requirements we've got to post next week's agenda today. So any department head or elected official needing an item on the agenda, the deadline's today, not tomorrow. So please be mindful of that. And also, as we indicated at the last meeting, our last Commissioners Court of the year will be on December 15th. So those following 2 weeks, we will not have a Commissioners Court. So any business needing to be addressed before the turn of the new year will need to be done and be on the agenda by December 15th. Anything else before we move on? Citizens communication, nothing else, anything up here? All right, well, we will move right along in the agenda to item number 4, and that is to consider approval of minutes and take appropriate action. Each of you have a copy of those minutes in your agenda packets.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 5, consider approval of accounts payable and take appropriate action.
Accounts payable for November 24th, 2025 are $856,840.62. Supplemental payments are $293,004.27.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Thank you, Michelle. Item 6 is to receive monthly and quarterly reports from various county officials and departments and take appropriate action.
Good morning. Today we have monthly reports from the county treasurer, district clerk, county clerk, and justice of the peace precinct number 1.
Move to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 7, consider approval of bond forfeiture releases and take appropriate action.
We have none this morning.
Very good. Thank you, Heidi. We'll then move to item number 8, which is to consider approval of Citizens Medical Center interim vendor payments and take appropriate action. We have here the November 20th memo from our hospital showing interim vendor payments in the amount of $342,297.97, and the ACH report on that same date was in the amount of $2,922,281.28.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 9 is to ratify the Texas Indigent Defense Commission grant number TR-26-007, budget adjustment request in connection with the Crossroads Defenders Regional Public Defender Office temporary supplemental funding program, and take appropriate action. Good morning, Lewis.
Good morning, Judge Zeller. I appreciate you letting me be here today, and good morning to the Commissioners Court. I am the Assistant Chief for the Crossroads Defenders here in town. We are asking that the court ratify this request. There are a few changes that we are asking for, which are based on the new opportunity to get funds that will not have to be matched by the county, any of the counties that we have. If you'll note in the materials that you have, we've asked for some requests for personnel and travel and recruiting, which are essential things that anybody in the law business needs to have nowadays. There is incredible competition, not only for law students, but also people who practice in either criminal defense or prosecution. That's a problem that everybody has in Texas right now. So not only do we compete with the private sector or prosecutors' offices across the state, we also are competing with other rural public defenders' offices. So these additions make our program better. They give us expertise that other people would wish for. We are asking the court to ratify that. And again, I want to reiterate that all of the requests that we're making will come with zero cost to the county. This is in part to some changes. There is some Lone Star money that is being left over, which is being redistributed. And TIDC has asked that we come up with one-time asks, things that will improve our programs, things that will launch us into the future, things that we can't lose. And I can tell you as a person that does the training for our organization, training is something you never lose. It just gets better. TIDC has not only asked for these things, Brian, our chief, has spoken with them, and they're excited about these requests that we're making. They think that they're good steps into the future, and honestly, their only concern is that other public defenders' offices are going to want to copy us and ask for these very same things. So, this is in addition to some other funding that we've already received, which was over $200,000. So the requests that are being made here are in addition to that.
Okay.
So because I think it's not only a great idea, but a win-win for everybody, we'd ask the court to please ratify this request for us.
Louis, you stressed that this is fully funded.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it a one-time cost, or is that something that will come back in budget year after year?
It's a one-time thing. I'm sure you all know with funding, these things happen now and then. This is not something that we could count on to continue with, but we certainly don't want to be left without asking in this particular situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move for approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to ratify item number 9. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
I
Thank
thank
you, Louis.
I thank you all.
Thank you, Lewis. Thank you.
Item number 10 is to receive for the record the executed copy of the General Land Office Contract Number 24-065-186-F328 for the Community Block Grant Mitigation Program,
Easy for you to say.
Regional Mitigation Program Projects, and take appropriate action. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning. Just bringing you a fully executed copy of the GLO contract that we talked about last week for your MITMOD projects, $6.5 million for us to put towards those projects. So our next steps, which are already in play, include contracts with our administrator and our engineer, and design and startup documents will follow that. And so definitely not, now that we have a little bit of control at the pace of things, we're trying to pick up the pace a little bit, just so you know. So hopefully the next steps will come much quicker. And so nothing is going to happen super quickly, but
But we're
gonna-
going from a walk to a jog, I'm hoping.
yes, sir.
Okay.
100%. There's still rules, so we're going to jog.
Okay.
Again,
Awesome. Thank you, Robin, for
Yeah,
your
thank you.
due diligence in keeping this on track. This has been a long time coming for the county and each one of the precincts, so thank you for your due diligence and ensuring that it's gotten this far and we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, Commissioner Burns, too, for Precinct 3. This started way back when you were commissioner. So thank you for the items that you submitted for that grant, and it's finally coming to be. So
Definitely, you're very welcome. However, it's a team effort. Everyone in our office, Dana, John, Avery, you know, I'm not an engineer, so sometimes I have to get their opinion. Does this look right? And for all of you for your support too. So it's definitely a team effort.
Robin,
to
just to
receive.
clarify, some of the things that, at least that I submitted, were things that had to get done, and we've gotten those taken care of. How does that work for when the grant comes in and that money allocated to something else? Is that going to be an easy transfer to a different item?
So that's the design that I just mentioned. Part of that design process will be looking at if any emergency work was done. And because there are typically increases in prices over time, what you're going to probably be looking at is, even with having done emergency work, you're going to have more projects in there than your funding can allow. So what we'll do is take a look at that whole picture, and you may still have add alternates in when we go through the bid process. So we took that into consideration in advance and very conservatively estimated our projects so that we would be able to have this scenario on the other side.
Okay.
Because we expected it maybe not to take this long, but quite a while, so.
Yeah, I think several of us did projects that are on there already, so.
Yeah, so my plan is to have each of you meet with the engineers and go through your projects and talk about what has been done and what remains.
No problem.
That's good.
Say when.
second
I will let you know.
Commissioner Sexton's motion to receive.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Thanks for listening to us complain.
That's what I get paid for.
All those in favor of receiving?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you,
Item
Robin.
number 11 is to consider approval of fiscal year 2026 other victim assistance grant, second offering contract number C-02899, and take appropriate action. Good morning, Constance.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Judge,
morning,
Morning, ma'am.
Commissioners. So this is a happy report. I came to you a couple of weeks ago to let you know that Robin, talking about due diligence, Commissioner, this lady's head was on a swivel. As you know, we did not qualify for some grant funding that our office had received for many years. And within a few weeks, Robin noticed that that particular pot of money had opened back up, and she jumped on it and submitted that application, and we got it. And so I'm grateful to her for the help.
Awesome.
Awesome
And
job.
so,
Good job as always,
easy
Rob.
come, easy go, but it was in reverse this time. So
That's
I'm
good.
really pleased that Robin helped us. retain
Excellent.
money.
That is good news,
That's good
because this
news.
is the one we had talked about to
It
where,
is.
well, and I appreciate your willingness, Constance, to being open to covering that expense out of your own forfeiture if needed, but,
That, for emphasis.
yeah, that was not needed, so awesome and well done.
I will tell you, Judge, that it is shy about $9,000 a
Okay.
year from the current funding levels. So I am still willing to make up the difference, but we went to $82,000 coming out of that discretionary pot versus about 18. So
Awesome.
I'm really, really pleased and very grateful.
Well,
Good.
thank you
All right.
both, well
That's
done.
awesome.
And also, Constance, I know it was in the headlines a week or so ago, but your office put a child predator away for life.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on that, and for the great work you do in the, as district attorney for the community, so,
Appreciate you, Judge.
well done.
All right.
Thank
Move
you,
to
ma'am.
approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on item 11. All those in favor of
Aye.
approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Good job, Robin.
Good job.
All right, Robin is not finished.
No.
Let's see. Item number 12 is to consider approval of payment requests to Lynn Engineering LLC in the total amount of $19,500 in connection to the Texas Community Development Block Grant Award, grant number CDV 23-0328, and take appropriate action.
This payment pertains to engineering for the community development block grant that we currently have in conjunction with the Bloomington Water Control and Improvement District. We are still in the design phase, and this payment has been reviewed by consultants, our office, and the auditor's office, and is prepared for payment.
Move for approval?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Item 13 is to consider approval of application for payment number 18 to Forney Construction LLC in the amount of $1,010,389.38 in connection to the Citizens Medical Center Intensive Care Unit additions and renovations project. This is set to be finished with a ribbon cutting, I believe, right after the new year.
Yeah, I think so.
So progress is definitely underway, and we're at the very end of that. which
Move
is
to approve.
Great news.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on item 13. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 14 is to receive for the record TxDOT State Assisted Airport Development Grant, CSJ number 2613 VICTR, amendment number 1 for the design of a new terminal building at the Victoria Regional Airport, and take appropriate action. Good morning, Lenny.
Good morning, Judge. Sorry, I apologize. The rain got me. I
That's
was
all
not
right.
parking anywhere close, so I got soaked. Yes, this is the grant that I brought to you guys just a couple weeks ago, and there was a little amendment where it went from 90-10 to 95.
95.5.
So
Yeah.
that's all. Just the state executed it. We executed it, so
Great.
just for receipt.
All right.
Easy enough. On this topic, Lenny, can you remind us of what these steps will look like? This is for the design.
Right.
How will things unfold from here? I know we've gotten some federal funding, some state funding. The grant application itself will be, when that got delayed a bit due to the government
Yeah,
shutdown.
Shut down. So what I hear from the rumors up in Washington DC, that particular NOFO for that grant might come first part of December. If it doesn't come the first part of December, it probably it will move up to January.
Okay.
But I think it will come out first part of December, first couple of weeks of December. After that, we have 30 days to go through the paperwork, get it all set up, and there's no telling how long the FAA is going to take in letting us know whether we get the grant or not. Usually, takes a few months. If the NOFO comes out in September, we will hear sometime in the spring. The last grant, they wanted to move real fast, and the results were in a couple of, a month or 2 months at the most. I don't know how they will do this year, but I'm hoping that they come back since it's pretty close to the spring, and that's when they have to let the grants go out. I'm hoping that we hear pretty fast from that. So we all know that the grant will not be for the total amount of the terminal.
Right.
There will be certain conditions that we have to meet if we get some money out of this particular grant. We have an earmark from our congressman that's based on at some point an FAA budget being passed. As soon as an FAA budget gets passed, those $5.5 million will be part of that package. So I'm crossing my fingers that Congress and the Senate at some point vote on an FAA bill, and that way we can get those $5.5 million. And then we're hoping that the FAA grant comes up with a good amount, and the rest we put an LOA with the TIFIA loans. TIFIA are very, very low interest loans, and it's kind of like an all-together package to get this done. Crossing our fingers that everything has to align in order for us to get there. As far as the design, we have our first meeting where there was a group of stakeholders where we analyzed everything from what's important for the community, what we would like to see in the terminal design. We saw several different kinds of designs just to have an idea what other airports have. I think within a month and a half or two, they come back and give us some particular renderings of all the ideas that were put together at that particular meeting. So that's where we are right now. Hopefully, we can get final design sometime about first part of the summer. So
Gotcha.
All right.
that's where we are with that, sir.
Very good. Thank you for that, Lenny.
Move to receive.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to receive on item number 14. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thanks, Lenny.
Thank you, Lee.
Item 15 is to receive a fully executed MOU between the Parents as Teachers National Center and the Victoria County Public Health Department in relation to implementation support and training throughout fiscal year 26 and take appropriate action. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners. I think this
Morning,
item
Dave.
came through 2 weeks ago, just receiving that fully executed. It's our annual agreement with Parents as Teachers National.
Move to receive.
Second.
Simple enough. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thanks, David. Item number 16 on our agenda is to discuss upcoming expiration of existing Victoria County purchasing card agreement with Citibank and potential vendor change and take appropriate action. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, Judge,
Morning, Paige.
Commissioners.
Morning, ma'am.
I just wanted to come up. We have actually been working on this for a while. What happened is the Attorney General, our P cards, which were under the state contract, the state decided to change who they used. So they changed the state contract. They did go with U.S. Bank. We actually started this in June, July, and we started actually working on updating our policy, purchase card policy, at the same time that we started working on having meetings with U.S. Bank. We started exploring if we needed to bid this or not bid this. So there were lots of steps involved. What we found is we did not have to bid because we do not pay any fees because we pay our credit card bill on time. And so then we've talked to U.S. Bank and J.P. Morgan Chase. And what we found with the dealing with those was U.S. Bank has really got a lot on their plate, dealing with a lot of the other counties that are changing to them. And J.P. Morgan Chase was just extremely more personable, more interactive with us, willing to deal with us more. And the reason I keep bringing up J.P. Morgan Chase is they have a contract with Tarrant County. And it is an interlocal agreement. We can piggyback on that agreement. Just like what we would do with U.S. Bank, which is piggyback on the state contract. So we're able to do both. With that being said, the auditor's office, Amanda Arrayes, when she was here, and now Adrian. I've already warned her I'm going to mess that up. I have it in my head. So Adrian, we have all spoke, and we are in the consensus that we would like to move forward with J.P. Morgan Chase as our procurement card. And so we were wanting action from y'all just to say, go ahead and move forward. We've been in contact with them. They are trying to put everything together so we can move forward with this. The deadline for the state is December 31st. We had talked to Citibank, and they had told us March would not turn off cards till March. We are finding out that that is not the case, that we are going to have to be looking at moving a lot quicker. So then that just, again, pushes us more towards the company that just has been a whole lot more willing to deal with us, which would have been J.P. Morgan Chase.
Can you explain again the relationship between our going out for bid on this and then the state?
Okay, so originally in 2015, I'm thinking it's 15, it may have been 14, we actually found that when we originally went and got our procurement cards, they passed it through and it was under the state contract.
Okay.
So when we originally did them in 2014, 2015, they actually went out under the state contract. Where that has to comes into play is just rebates that we get like twice a year. And with investigating that, actually it's based on our spending. It's not based on what the whole state spends, it's based on just our spending. And so, but because we were under the state contract originally, that is the reason we have to go back out for bid. Or, well, we don't have to bid because we pay no fees and no interest, because we pay everything on time.
So piggybacking once again off either the state or Tarrant County is an option, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's preferable. I guess what I'm driving at is who all did we look at? Because our current card is terrible. We need to change. I know in the past we had talked about Prosperity. Have we gotten a proposal from them on providing this service?
We did not. When we had spoke between the group, the procurement Amanda, and then the auditor's office, we kind of thought that since we had our bank depository with with Prosperity, we really felt like that was putting a lot of our eggs in the same basket. And so we wanted to have that separation. If y'all would like, we can move forward and interview them and speak with them, but we have not.
Okay.
We mainly went with the bigger companies that we did find, that Amanda had found through all of the state interlocal agreements and procedures that she had gone through. These were the companies that she had come up with.
Now, are we able to go and do our own contracts, or is the goal trying to either piggyback off something existing like with the state and or Tarrant County, or is that something we have to do? Or?
We do not have to go with those. We're looking at those mainly because of the rebates, just a little bit better rebates than just being standalone.
So Paige, the banks that are here locally, because Judge kind of alluded to that, Prosperity is one of them. I'm not sure what other banks are here, but were they even notified that they have the opportunity to bid on this, or?
Well, there was not a bid process, and no, sir, there was not.
I guess my preference would be to see at least what they could offer.
What Prosperity and,
in
okay.
terms of a proposal.
Yeah.
I know with a lot of our services, it's been, become the preference where it works better to be a big fish in the pond of our choosing rather than a small fish in a big pond. I know the city card was terrible.
We will all agree with that one.
And, you know, this is another nationwide mammoth entity where it may be the best route to go, but I'd at least like to look at some other options. And with Prosperity, it could be that they could, using the service with them could offset some of the fees and assessments we get with our deposit contract. Probably worth at least a look.
I mean, because
We can do
have
that.
time, because, I mean, I guess you were saying, city said March 30th, but we're going to assume it's the end of December, correct?
So what we have learned as of a week, 2 weeks ago, was that the cards will be cut off on December 31st.
Well, I agree with Judge. I think anything we can do local, we need to, and I believe we need to look at Prosperity, being
Yeah.
they are a
We can do
bank.
that.
Yeah.
Let's give them a look and we'll go from there.
Okay, is there any other local company you would like me to put it out there, or would you like me to reach out to many?
I would like for you to look at banks that are here that we deal with locally.
Yeah.
We can do that.
It doesn't have to just be Prosperity.
Okay, we can definitely do that.
Awesome.
And that's the
Great.
reason we brought it to y'all, to make those decisions. We will get back with
Thank you.
y'all and hopefully next week.
All right,
Awesome.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Paige.
Thank you. We better get on the agenda even if you don't get it, you know.
So, yeah, let's
you
put
know.
that on the
Go
agenda
ahead.
today, 'cause it's
Go ahead and
gonna
put it on
be
the agenda, yeah.
very good. All right. so we'll have that on the agenda next week, if nothing more than as a placeholder, since that has to be filed today.
Yep.
All right, moving on to item number 17, that is to receive for the record fiscal year 2026 liability, auto and general, coverage renewal with Texas Association of Counties for the coverage period of January 1, 2026 through January 1, 2027, and authorize the payment of invoice upon receipt in the amount not to exceed $452,240 and take appropriate action. Good morning, Gianni.
Good
Morning,
morning,
Gianni.
Judge,
Good morning.
Commissioners. I'm here today with Lisa and Lucia from TAC. They will.
Welcome.
are available to answer
Welcome.
any questions that you may have regarding the renewal. But this policy specifically covers our auto liability and physical damage, as well as the general liability and public officials liability. So, a slight increase year over year, $41,220 is the increase that we're seeing from last year to this year. That I can see largely due to, we've added about 20 vehicles to the policy.
And some more buildings.
Yeah.
Well, this one doesn't cover buildings. This
Oh,
is just
this is
vehicles
just-
and liability.
Oh, okay, that's, okay.
So we've added about 20 vehicles, and then just for reference for the court, we typically only insure vehicles that are 3 years or less for property and physical damage to those vehicles. If they're older than that, they only get liability coverage. The exception to that is the sheriff's office. We try to keep them on for about 5 years.
Okay.
And then drop them down to just liability, so. But if you have any other, more in-depth questions, Lucia or Lisa are available for you.
Well, I don't think I have any more in-depth questions. I know when we made this switch, it was a smart change for us. It's been a great service.
It has.
And
Correct.
so, yeah, appreciate y'all guys and all that you do. TAC has done, well, I'm thinking of specifically on the property policy. When, I guess it was 2017, we switched to TAC. And I know one of the reasons for the change was the significant premium savings on the front end, but then we, of course, had a hurricane, and then we experienced exceptional service and coverage and top-notch performance there. So it's unusual to get both a better premium and better service, better coverage, but we have gotten both of those with TAC, which isn't surprising because TAC serves counties, made for counties, by counties, so
And
we've
there's-
been pleased, so thank you, Lisa.
Well, there's no more counties too, so we depend on those long-term relationships that we have with y'all. We're here in Texas, that's all we have, and we want to make sure we offer the best to y'all. Your property renewal is in July, and so we'll be back to discuss any of those changes as well.
All right.
So thank you.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Move to receive.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on item 17. All those in favor of receiving?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 18 is to receive for the record, reluctantly, letter of resignation from Mark Sloat, Victoria County Animal Services Director, and take appropriate action. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Mark.
Good morning.
Morning, Mark.
I want to start with obviously thanking the commissioners and the court, the judge, everybody for the support you've given me. You brought in a guy from Austin. Nobody knew what I was going to do. You trusted me pretty much completely. So it's been fun. I've made some great changes. The community's been supportive. Some of it's been baptism by fire, and some of it's been pretty easy. But, you know, we've seen, obviously, through some of the comments through the social media this weekend and stuff, people have appreciated what you all have done. I would prefer they not put all the onus on me. It's not just me. I have a great team that we put together. And again, I want to remind the people of this community that it's this court that brought this action forward. It's not me. I didn't come to Victoria and knock on your door. You guys wanted to make change. So, again, I'm just a guy just doing my job. But I do appreciate all the support we've gotten. Joe knows I'm only a phone call away. If he needs anything, I am willing to be here for the court or for the animal services in any way I can be. I'm staying in the area, so I won't be, you know, an unfriendly person in the court. I want to support what I've started. I want to keep building what I build, even though I won't be necessarily getting paid by the county to do it. I will be doing some volunteer work, and I'm already making plans with some people to help. So I want to do whatever I can to support what you guys started, and to continue the growth and the professionalism that Animal Services is now in Victoria. I believe Joe can run it from here as needed. Should the court decide to hire somebody or go out looking, you know, I'm also willing to be part of finding that replacement. So I know I'm kind of an oddity in the animal welfare world. I like both people and animals. And that's really what we need in animal services is we have to understand, as Commissioner Sexton has pointed out numerous times, it's a people problem and the animals come along with it. So again, I appreciate the support, and I'm not going far away. I'll still be in Texas. I'll just be traveling a little more. So I love y'all. You've been super good to me, and I appreciate it.
Well, Mark, your humbleness is amazing because you've done so much. I mean, I know you had a good support group, but everybody was behind your leadership on all this. I mean, the changes that you've made, it's been really good, and we really appreciate it, and we know the community does too. Yeah. And we thank you very much. And we're going to miss you.
No, nobody can do it alone. You know, it's definitely a group.
But through your leadership, it all happened, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, stating the obvious, yes, your leadership did turn it around. I know bringing you on, we saw the need for improvement in, at the time, animal control, and I know Gary was a big part of spearheading this, but bringing you on board, then the name change that symbolized the change of direction, and all the metrics have improved, and wish you around to see us get into the new facility as director. I'm sure you'll still be around to see it, but lots of good things have happened and are happening, and we applaud your excellent work in that, Mark, and you have done great, and we certainly do appreciate your wonderful work and the success that we've seen, because the consensus that I hear and see is appreciation for, I mentioned the metrics, turning those things around significantly. Adoption rates, lowering the euthanasia rate, and virtually every other metric that we track has improved and is improving, and that starts at the top, so well done there. It'll be a big effort to continue that, but that's the goal, and we on behalf of the court, thank you, appreciate you for doing such a wonderful job here in Victoria County.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I've
Thank you,
already
Mark.
had several members of the community reach out to me, and I guess put me on notice that we have big shoes to fill. So thank you for everything that you've done.
For the record, we did have several conversations with Mark, trying to keep him, but he got a good offer elsewhere, and if that's the best move for you, we support you and wish you all the luck in this next step.
And I want to tell people this was not an easy decision. This has been an ongoing, you know, they came knocking on my door, similar to what Gary did to get me here. I was not looking for a job when I came here. But the outpouring of support, I want that to not just leave when I leave. I want that to follow my staff, what we've built here. And I know you guys will support them. So
Certainly.
Again, I can't do any of this alone. So it took a whole bunch of people to make things happen. And I'm just a guy doing my job. So, the next guy can hopefully come in and do it better than me. That's my hope, is whoever replaces me will actually do more.
Well,
they've seen the path that can be walked, so just keep going.
You definitely leaving it better than you found it.
Yeah.
No doubt
I mean,
about
you
it.
planted a seed, and
Right, let's see where it grows.
it's flourishing. Hopefully, it's going to bear fruits. Just want to say you will be missed. But thanks for putting up with us as well, because I know we've had a lot of questions to you. I mean, we don't know everything about animals, and you were very generous with your time. And I think that's indicative of kind of how you approached the public as well. So I do appreciate that.
Challenges and questions make us all grow, so it's all part of the game. So I appreciate it.
Mark, when you came in, and Gary and I interviewed several people, you obviously stood out. We took the chance to bring you in. And I just want to point out that serving on this court for 13 years, that was one of the first issues that I encountered was animals, dogs. And I told you from day one, I said, I don't think you're going to be able to fix the problem. All I hope for is that you make them better. And you've definitely done that. So I don't know what the challenge is going to be for the next person, of course, to fill your shoes. But if the perception from the public is that this is going to be a fix and you're not going to ever see dogs out there roaming the streets, is something that they believe is realistic. It's not, I don't think that's ever going to be possible, but the strides to make it better should always, the effort should always be there.
Right.
And so I do applaud you for what you have accomplished and in the path that you're leading us, and I hope that we can continue making things better.
I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Well
Appreciate your
said,
confidence.
Commissioner.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well done, Mark. Thank you.
Well done, sir.
Regretfully moved to receive.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Gary, did you have something to share?
Come
Come on up, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
Strange on this side. So, I hate to see Mark go. A few years ago, the animal control was under the health department, and David tried his best, but prior commissioners' courts, we didn't give them the money, didn't give them the support, and the main thing, we had no idea. And I addressed an economic development meeting one day, and people were criticizing and raising hell and doing all this. And I said, okay, y'all all have the answers. I want somebody to volunteer, and I'll pick out 10 dogs, and you come tell me which of the 6 or 7 I need to kill. And it got quiet and got a lot of dirty looks. But that's the situation we were in. And, you know, it had to go standalone. And, you know, I visited animal control shelters, went to a conference, actually tried to take it over temporarily, and it is way above my pay grade. But it gave me an education as to what we might need. And, you know, we were blessed to get Mark from Austin. I don't think that made them too happy. But we had to have somebody with dedication, hard work ethic, experience, knowledge, and none of us had it. And Mark had it in spades. And we were so blessed, like I repeat myself, to get him. And he made a lot of hard changes. I remember I was in a meeting and somebody said, fire everybody in animal control. Heck, I had trouble with Joe, and it was my fault. He was right. But he's doing great. But people had no idea. People get on Facebook or in court, and they can blow smoke and criticize, and they'd gripe if you hung them with a rubber rope. And, you know, they never got the whole side of both stories. Sometimes the media was pretty tough. But Mark stepped up, and he did what had to be done. He brought professionalism to the office, and we're really going to miss him. And I can't say he's a good friend of mine. He's a mentor, both professionally and personally, and I value his input. But good luck on the new one. Take care of him.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Commissioner. Well said.
We have a motion in a second.
We had a motion and a second. All those in favor of receiving that letter for the record?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Moving on to item number 19. That is to consider approval of detention and residential contracts between Victoria County Regional Juvenile Justice Center and Yoakum County and take appropriate action.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item number 20, consider approval of letters of engagement from Harrison, Waldrop, and Urick LLP for Victoria County and Victoria County Juvenile Probation Department audits and take appropriate action.
We receiving or approving?
Proven.
I move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this letter of engagement. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 21 is to consider approval of psychoeducational and counseling contracts between the Victoria County Regional Juvenile Justice Center and the following individuals and take appropriate action. D. Ross Braun, Brittany Morris, Allison Bessio, Alicia Matthews, and Hope of South Texas.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 22 is to consider approval of resolution number 2025-102 for a road donation in the amount of $587.20 from Michael Hartsfield at 1323 Old Goliad Road in Precinct 3.
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 23 is to consider approval of personnel changes and take appropriate action. Looks like there's one item in there from the Office of Emergency Management.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approval?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Item 24, receive for the record discretionary fund budget amendments, if any, and take appropriate action. I don't see any under this item.
I think we're on the if any. I don't see
Okay,
anything.
so then we will move to 25, which is to consider approval of 2025 budget amendments and take appropriate action. And there are several of those that are scanned into your agenda packets.
Move for approval. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion approved. Go. And our next item is a closed session, which we will go ahead and move to right now, and that is to go into closed meeting pursuant to VTCA Government Code 551074 to discuss personnel in various departments, 551072 to discuss real property, and 551071 to conduct a private consultation with the county's attorney. I don't anticipate any action when we come out of closed session, but appreciate everybody's attendance today. And we will go into closed session now at 10:59 for the purposes that I just mentioned. Thank you all. All right, we are coming out of closed session at 11:22 a.m. Item 27 is to return to open meeting and take any action deemed necessary. There is no action to be taken now, and we will adjourn at 11:22 a.m.